You see, guys, every single day you have to put imagination into perspective. And when you start imagining, every single day you start imagining things and circuits, what happens is you go to a different place. And when you go to a different place in your imagination, you start breathing, you start relaxing, you start to do something around your imagination. And things start to happen. You start to realize things that you've never realized before. You start to picture things in a different way. And that's life. I realize life is every single day imagining. Being able to imagine your life, being able to self reflect upon everything you're doing. And when you self reflect upon everything in your imagination, you start to every single day help yourself in different ways. And you become this massive individual in a way that you're doing great work in the planet and you start having a massive legacy. You understand? Because life is about what you leave behind. And when you leave something behind that's so good for people to understand, for people to get into your content, to be able to understand something, I realize life starts happening because you're giving something. And when you give something that's information to people, whether they appreciate it or not, you have to understand it's up to you. And the thing is that you have to appreciate yourself, you have to appreciate your own work, you have to do your work. You understand? You have to do the work that you came here to do. And many people go different paths in life, but everyone comes to the same path somewhere in life. And that path is success. Pretty sure everyone wants it, everyone needs it in life. Everyone needs to elaborate about their life. Everyone needs to, every single day, wake up. Yes, and you have to wake up. You have to be on time. Yes, and you have to be in the rhythm. And when you're in the rhythm of things and nature, you start doing things that you've never done before. And that's the new direction. The new direction is always going to help you. But you always have to learn from it. You have to learn from everything in life. And when you start learning how to imagine, when you start learning how to do things in a better way, you start realizing, hey, maybe it's better to be single. Maybe it's better to be alone. You understand? Because when you're alone and single, you can understand how you can do things that you wouldn't be able to do when you're with somebody else. Because when you're alone, you're peaceful. You have your peace when you're alone. Imagine kids running everywhere around your house, the television's so up in the air in terms of volume, the wife screaming at you or the husband screaming at you, cook the meal, guests are coming over, people are coming over. You can see the chaos. You can see the chaos in when people are around you. But when you're alone in life like me, you can just hear the silence. Do you hear the silence? I'm peaceful at the moment. I have peace. Even though I'm single at the moment, I realize life is to be lived alone. You understand? Life is to be lived in a great way. But the thing is that I'm also married. I'm married to God. You understand? The thing is that you have to realize that I never worry about things. I never worry about if I'm going to have kids or if I'm not going to have kids. I never worry about that. I never worry in my life. I never worry about how much money I have or if I'm going to have money in life. The thing is that if I ever need something in my life, I go and get it. Yes, and I go and work for it. I work for every aspect of my life every single day. I'm always constantly making quotes. I'm always constantly writing my life out. And I have to be conscious of it. I have to put words into perspective. I have to every single day talk from the imagination. I have to abbreviate. I have to make sure that people understand Danny Milivojevic. And even though lots of people are not right now, in this moment of time, looking at my content, I understand that they are looking at my content. They're looking at it elsewhere. You understand? My knowledge is to be found everywhere. You understand? And now I'd be very grateful if these people came and looked at what I do. You understand? But on the surface, you have to realize that you're always giving people ideas. You understand? About you. And everyone understands you to some level. You understand? And that's the main thing. That's how you've impacted the world in some kind of way. But now it's about consistency. Can you be consistent on YouTube? Can you be consistent on social media? Can your profile be active? You understand? That's the question. You have to understand, I don't post 2 posts a day on Instagram. I post 9 times a day on Instagram. I post 9 posts a day on Instagram. I post 100 quotes every single day on Instagram stories. And then I do it on Snapchat. And then I also hold 5 social media accounts on Instagram. And you have to realize, I'm just building up this profile, you understand? Just for the look, just to understand that people can do it. And you have to realize how it is when you're alone, when you don't have much support from people. That's when you have to dig deep. You have to dig into yourself. You have to find yourself, you understand? You have to find something inside of you. And you have to deliver this. You have to deliver everything about you. You have to give it, you understand? And the more you give of yourself, either words, money, whatever it is that you can give to people, the more people will appreciate you. You understand? People more than anything want to find free knowledge. You understand? They want to be able to not give you money, but they want to give you they want to give you their time. You understand? I have also people in my life right now on the internet, for example, who are not giving me money for my books. But the thing is, they're giving me their time. You understand? And their time is more valuable to me than their money. You understand? I want them to give me their time. You understand? And when they give me their time, I give them ideas for this time. You understand? I make sure that when they come to my social media, that they have full of ideas about the day ahead of them. That they always understand me from some level. That I'm always delivering upon what I say. That I'm always delivering my ideas. That I'm always giving of myself something that I have. You understand? And all I have is wisdom. I have nothing else to give you except wisdom. And now, of course, my story is different from other people. I'm living my life differently. I'm a unique individual. I create things differently. I look different. I talk different. My teeth look different. I'm pretty sure everything about me is different. I'm original. You understand? But now I have to showcase this stuff. I have to be able to give it. I have to give of myself, even when other people don't believe of me. You understand? And it's like, yes, I have to give all this content, but yes, I do want other people to believe in my knowledge. You understand? To believe more knowledge, not just in my knowledge, but to have more information about everything. You understand? And now I don't worry about this because you have to realize that people are always getting their information from somewhere, you understand? And I understand how valuable my information is. My information can definitely help you. But there's so much information out there in the planet. And now I understand I never worry about my legacy. I never worry about how much I'm going to do because I understand that God's doing it for me. You understand? I just want to I want to be able to do as much as I can every single day. And I want to put my imagination into words. I want to plan my life. I want to be able to give something of myself that's words, being able to guide people in a better direction. And now, yes, eventually I do want to make events around people. I want to speak my imagination into people. I want to give my music to people. I want to be heard. You know, I want to be heard by people. But at the same time, I don't worry about this. If I'm heard or not by people, I'm heard on my own. I can hear myself. I can see how great I am. I'm a great individual to be around. I'm a great attitude toward life. My words are better than anything in life. And you have to realize I'm going somewhere with this. I'm going to a better I'm going to a better stage in my life. I'm laying the foundation every single day in my life. I'm doing something every single day around words, around imagination, around what I can create for the humanity, you understand? And I'm always looking inside of myself for help. I'm always looking, how can I help myself to do better? How can I help myself to help people? And no matter what it is, I understand how it is with people and stuff like that. But the thing is that people need to open their minds. You need to be able to open your mind. You need to be able to speak words into the planet. And when you start expressing yourself, when you start really elaborating about your attitude and about everything you are, you just get to a better point. You start helping yourself to realize, hey, I can speak from feeling, I can speak from my imagination, I can speak from intelligence, I can speak from silence, I can speak with other people, I can speak on my own. You understand? I can do anything. You have to get to that level. And you have to realize every single day is always going to be a new outcome. Something different's happening in your life every single day. Because your imagination is moving forward all the time. And when you tune into your imagination, you start realizing things that you've never realized before. And so what if you're alone? Many people are alone in life. People are born alone. People die alone. It's natural. You understand? Jesus Christ was on the cross alone. Do you understand? I understand how it is when you suffer, when things are not working out for you, when you're facing adversity, when life is trying to knock you down. But you have to realize life is only trying to make you stronger. Life is telling you to wake up. Life is saying, hey, more responsibility, you understand? More duty, more work in life. I understand how it is when people are trying to push you into the 9 to 5 job, but you don't have your way. You understand? I understand how it is when, for example, you haven't found your own direction yet, and people are trying to force you in their direction. You understand? But this is life saying, hey, pick a direction, pick something in your life, do it. You understand? Pick something that you can do and do it. You understand? I understand how it is when people beat you up and people lie to you and backstab you and don't want to call you to a restaurant, or they don't want to call you to their wedding, or they don't want to call you to be with them, or they don't call you to a party, or they don't call you to a hangout somewhere. This is life saying move on. You understand? Move on with the time. You have to realize, understand how it is also when someone's trying to cause you violence and it's only you who is there for you. And nobody else is trying to defend you and nobody else is trying to help you except yourself. I understand how it is. That's why I left the crowd. You understand? The thing is that People are only there for you momentarily. You understand? But in the long term, they can never be there for you long term. You understand? In terms of individuality. And you have to realize that each individual will only be there for you for a short time. You understand? And then you're on your own. You understand? You have to figure life out on your own. I understand how that is. I understand because I've lived life. I understand at 31 years of age what I've went through. And I understand how it is to travel alone. You understand? To go alone somewhere. You understand? And you have to realize that's life. You understand? Life happens and you have to be able to direct your life. And when you start directing your life in different ways, you have to realize you have to every single day succeed at something. You understand? You have to succeed at something. And the only way to succeed is to realize something. You have to be able to realize it. Because success is realized. You understand? Because where else can success be? Except for realization. So when you realize it, when you realize that you have success, that's when you have success in your life. Otherwise, success is made up. You understand? Many people have success because I've realized it. You understand? I realize some people have success because they have a kid. Other people have success because they have a car. Other people have success because they have at least $1 in their bank account. They're still successful. You understand? But the thing is, you have to realize, no matter how much money you have, how much can you give of that money? You understand? Because many people are going to claim, oh, we have money, but they're not giving so much. You understand? You have to realize, the world isn't poor. Every individual that's born into a different family is not poor. We are all living, you understand? We all have a decent chance at life. And everyone has an equal chance in life to succeed, to learn something. Look at the library. Look how many books are there for you to learn, to grow, to educate yourself. Look at my YouTube channel. Look at all my quotes on amazon.com.au. I've wrote 43,000 quotes. That's 43,000 ideas to problem solve in your life. And now, are you going to read those books or not? I don't know. But the thing is that you have to develop yourself anyway. You understand? So if you want my success in your life, then you have to go through my content. You understand? So the thing is that you have to pick up ideas very quickly. You understand? And when you start picking up a lot of ideas in your life, you start to problem solve in your life. You start to be a magnitude of grace in your life, and you start to really understand things from a different perspective. And when you start understanding all the time differently, in every single different manner that you can, you always understand differently, you understand? And you always pick up on things that you can pick up on. But you always have to be constantly learning. You always have to be constantly growing your life. It's either you're growing or dying. You understand? You cannot grow and die at the same time. You understand? Even though you can. But the thing is, you have to be growing. The main thing is that you keep the main thing. Keep the main idea in your life. Thrive on ideas. Every single day learning something new. Picking up books. Being around better people. You understand? Becoming a better version of yourself. That's what it's about. I promise you, all those seminars out there are going to talk about you being your best version. I promise you, you can pick up a book on it. You don't even have to go to a seminar. And now if you want the experience of that, then you can go. I realize how it is in a nightclub when it's too crowded. It's too crowded in a nightclub. So guess what? You have to realize sometimes you feel like partying, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you feel like talking to someone. Sometimes you don't feel like talking to anybody at all. You understand? And you have to realize you have to put everything into perspective. And when you put it into perspective, things start to open up for you. I understand the struggle. I understand people are struggling in life. But the thing is that there is no struggle. You have to realize you're not really struggling in life. You are just trying to get better. You're just trying to become a better version of yourself. That's all you're trying to do. You're trying to have more for yourself. I understand how it is. But it's not just that you read. You have to realize you have to do the content. You have to apply it to your life. You have to start speaking it into your own life. Imagine if I was reading 50 years of the time. How much content have I actually done though? The only content that I'm doing is the words that I'm speaking. You understand? So if I was only ever listening to music, then how can I be creating my own music? If I was only ever reading from other people their ideas, how about my own ideas? How about my own audio programs that I create? How about my own video programs and my own quotes that I create? So it's not enough to just read from other people. You have to go and you have to go and create your own content. You understand? Because it's about building a portfolio. You have to build this massive portfolio about you. You understand? And you have to realize never be against people for anything. You understand? You have to realize every single day try to help these people, try to give them ideas, try to every single day make people stronger. Try to every single day give as many ideas as you can. And this opens up your life. This opens up you to be able to do something better for yourself, to be able to grow into a better individual, to be able to see more, to be able to do more. You understand? Guess what? It's a Sunday right now, 18th of June, and it's 7:21 p.m. You think people are working 9 to 5 right now? I promise you have to realize most people in the planet right now in Australia, because it's nighttime, they're not working on the Sunday. You understand? But the thing is that I'm working right now. You understand? I'm working to help you. I'm working for my own career. You understand? I'm working for my career every fucking moment. You understand? I'm practicing for it. I'm practicing for something. But I don't know what. You understand? I don't know what I'm going to do in the next years to come. But the thing is that I'm always planning it. I'm always trying to grab it. I'm always trying to reach for more, aren't I? Because that's what I'm doing. I'm doing that with you right now. I'm planning on an audio program right now. I'm trying to showcase my skills, but I'm also trying to open up a new direction in my life. And you have to realize things happen. You understand? Things start to happen when you start speaking words, when you start opening up to more in your life. And you always have to direct your life, you understand? You always have to be able to choose a direction and keep going. You understand? And when you keep going in a certain direction, you have to start opening it up. You have to start opening up the ideas in that. And when you start opening up lots of ideas in your life, only success can happen. You understand? Because success is in the mindset. It's in how do you speak to other people. That's what it's all about. How do you showcase your skills? How do you come across to other people? How do you give your ideas? And what kind of brand are you? You understand? You have to be your own brand, just like I am my own brand. I am Danny Milivojevic. I'm the first Danny Milivojevic in this life. I promise you there's nobody else like me. And that's the unique perspective and my unique business that I have. That nobody else can be like me. You understand? Because I think differently, I do things differently, I give ideas differently. And you have to realize I'm always opening up to a new world. You understand? Hey, you have to realize right now, I've got 6 hours of music in my life that I created. I have over 2,500 audio programs and video programs combined together on the internet. And I have over 80,000 images of myself every single day, trying to do more images of myself every single day, picking up ideas, trying to succeed in some kind of way, trying to grab it, you understand? Trying to grab success in my life, trying to go with it, trying to never go against success, trying to never go against people, and trying to do something with my content. You understand? And it doesn't seem like much, but 6 years of work, guys. You understand? 6 years of work, and I'm still going, I'm still consistent, I'm still doing something, you understand, with my life. And then eventually, you never know, maybe I make an event around people, I start making good money from it, I start traveling the world because of it. You know, saying you never know what's going to happen in my life or in your life. But the thing is that one thing's for sure, that we have to grow. We have to every single day do something that other people are not doing. You understand? We have to be different. Choose being different in your life. Do things differently in your day. Do something you've never done before. You have to realize every single day, open up your imagination. Talk the words out of yourself. Try to every single day help yourself in magnificent ways. You understand? Because that's life. Life is every single day stepping up. You have to be stepping up in life. And when you step up into a better version of yourself every single day, you have to understand things just happen. And they happen for good reasons. You understand? Do you know why those people are not with you? Because you have to realize you have to create so much value for these people. And when you create so much value for these people, eventually, guess what? You have all these ideas that you have. For example, you have all the ideas in your life, and then you have to learn more ideas. But the thing is that once you start giving the idea process to people, and you start giving your ideas to people, people will love you more. And they don't have to be with you to get your ideas. But in life, you're going to realize people drop off from your life. You know, see, it's just natural. Because as you succeed even more, you start traveling more. You start going alone more. You start doing things that other people are not doing. But the thing is, you have to realize, because you're traveling alone, because you're doing your career, because you're doing other things, you have to realize people are stuck in the 9-to-5 jobs. People have families. People don't have time for you. You understand? And it's nothing personal. You understand? But even though you have all these ideas, in your life, and you're given it on the internet, and they still don't want to be with you. You understand? The thing is, don't take it personally. You have to realize life goes on. You understand? Life is to be lived alone. You understand? And now eventually when you feel the need to have a wife or a husband in your life, or to have kids in your life, when you feel it's time now to do it, that's when you'll do it. You understand? But that may not be for the next 6 years. Maybe it's not going to be for the next 15 years that you won't have kids or whatever. You have to realize, don't worry about your life. You understand? Make ideas now so that in 10 years' time or in 20 years' time, you can be on a better level. You understand? All you have to do is start from this idea you have now. You have to be reading, but you have to be writing in the process of this audio program. You have to start writing your ideas down. You understand? Take some notes. You understand? Write down your notes. Write down your ideas onto a paper. You understand? Into your phone, on an electronic phone. And you have to realize, the thing is that when you start writing ideas down, the thing is you start building upon your ideas. You start building upon a better life. And you have to realize people don't know what you can do. You understand? But only you can see that. You understand? Only you can see what you can do in life. Nobody else can direct your life. Nobody else can tell you what to do. Nobody else can tell you or show you anything in life. You have to show it to yourself. You have to showcase everything. You understand? You have to be able to make something of yourself. Make a life. Make every single day ideas, and I promise you, you'll prosper. You'll make sure every single day you'll grow, and you'll be motivated, because that's what you need to do. You have to be motivated for things, just like I'm motivated to do this audio program for you. And now, how long is it going to be? I usually try to do 1 hour programs. You understand? But if I don't do it, then I won't feel sorry for myself. I won't feel down on myself, because I never know how long my audio programs are going to be for. You understand? It's just the moments when I feel the need to make sure to stop, I stop it. And then I start creating quotes instead. And then I start writing my journal. And then I start doing other things. I start creating images. I start creating something. I'm always creating something. You understand? And I'm always in my imagination. I'm always speaking from the imagination. I'm always guiding myself into a better life. You understand? Regardless of who's listening to me. The main thing is that they see that I'm consistent online, that I'm posting every single day. That's what people need to see. You understand? Do you know why they need to see this? That I'm always consistent? Because the thing is, they see the ideas coming in. They see lots of ideas every single day, and then they say, oh, aha, now I understand I have to go give ideas to people. You understand? Because I'm trying to open them up to be able to be a better person, to be able to do things in their life on their own, to be able to help them in some kind of way. Yes, and so the thing is that's why speaking from the imagination is the best thing that you can do in your life. Because imagination opens up all the time. And you have to understand, imagination never stops. You understand? It just keeps going. And you have to tune into it. And you have to understand, ideas are coming at you every single day. And you pick them up and you give them to other people. You understand? That's what you need to do. I'm picking up ideas right now, but guess where it's going? Apparently, these ideas are going straight to you. But you understand? I'm picking up the ideas from my imagination. My imagination is running wild right now. You understand? I'm just picking up those ideas. I'm putting into words. I give it to you right now. And guess what? Apparently, I'm moving on with my life. You understand? I'm moving into a better direction. So the thing is that you have to realize that when you start helping yourself in some kind of way to do something that you've never done before, making sure that you're giving as much as possible, living that great life that you need to live, you have to understand that it's all possible. You know, see, it's all possible that you can achieve $1 million in your life, that you can achieve anything that you set your mind to. You understand? You just have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your own imagination. You have to believe that your imagination can open up your life. You understand? And the thing is that when you feel that it's best to do it, that's when you do it. When you feel it's best to grow yourself into a better individual, that's when you have to. You understand? And you have to understand, no matter what, you always have to be growing yourself every single day if you want to become the best version of yourself. You understand? So every single day, understand that no matter what, you have to every single day imaginate as much as possible, and try to give of yourself. You understand? Because the giving nature that you have right now, you have some kind of giving heart. You understand? I can tell because you're reading this audio program. And then you have to realize every single day you give something, you have to realize you always get 10 times back. You always get more for what you give. You understand? And when you give much more of yourself, everything starts to open up. You understand? If you just stick to giving every single day, giving as much of yourself as possible, I promise you this will open up your life. This will help you achieve everything. I promise you, you have everything you ever want. If you just have a giving heart, giving lots of words, giving lots of money, giving lots of everything. You understand? Giving everything of yourself. Just give it. Don't hold back. You understand? Don't hold yourself back in life. Don't hold success back. Speak it out. You understand? Speak everything out. You understand? Speak it like I'm speaking it. Speak it in a different way. Speak something. You understand? Speak a lot. You understand? And then you understand why you need to be a public speaker. But you don't have to. You don't have to be you don't have to be anything if you don't want to. But the thing is, you have to realize you have to be something. You have to understand every single day, try to be what is best for you. For me, being a public speaker is necessary because I can give my ideas into the world. You understand? And you can see why. You understand? I can make events around public speaking. I can do things with people in front of them. I can be able to give them so many ideas that they go home into their business and they start running wild, man. Because I gave them all these ideas, now they're going to go help the world. Because that's what public speaking can do. You understand? So the thing is that when you look at my Instagram, for example, I have so many images of myself. But the thing is that it all comes down to branding. I'm branding Danny Milivojevic. You understand? So, of course, I'm going to post my images of myself. You understand? Because I'm branding myself. And hence, when you come to my Instagram and you see my Instagram, Danny Milivojevic, you'll see I have a blue check mark. Do you know why? Because it's a premium, apparently it's a premium account, first of all. It makes me stand out. And also, it makes me have more opportunities in life. So when I want to comment on someone's profile, I'll be at the top of the list. You understand? They'll see me, I'll promise you. So if I comment on your profile right now, and let's say 1 million people have commented on your profile, guess what? My comment is going to be the first one at the top because I have a blue check mark. You understand? That's why I pay premium for my account, because I stand out, I look better, I have a better idea, and I give that impersonation. I don't give the impersonation, I give everything of myself. I give ideas. Hey, you should be a blue check mark. You guys should be a blue check mark because I stand for it. You understand? Because the thing is that when people look at my blue check mark and they see I'm paying for my Instagram, I'm paying to have an Instagram. You understand? I'm paying how much it is. How much is it? It's like, it's around $25 a month. $25 a month, but guess what? People see that I'm paying for my business. You understand? People see I'm paying something to have my Instagram, and while they're not paying for their Instagram. You understand? So they see I'm investing more into my Instagram than they are. And then they wonder and they say to themselves, oh, but if I get a blue check mark, what am I going to do with my Instagram? Yeah, that's the question, isn't it? What are you going to do with your Instagram if you have a blue check mark? Because you can see Danny Milivojevic has a blue check mark and you can understand what he's fucking doing. You understand? Because he understands exactly what he wants from a blue check mark. You understand? But many people don't understand what they want with a blue check mark. You understand? I do. I understand what I'm doing. I understand I'm building my own legacy. But guess what? They are wondering now and they're saying, oh, but they haven't invested a lot into social media, but Danny Milivojevic has. You understand? And apparently, I have invested more than $25 into my social media. I promise you. And you have to realize every single day, I'm always investing more and more and more. You understand? I'm investing more into it because the thing is that once I'm gone from this life, it doesn't matter anymore. But I'm keeping an image of Danny Milivojevic online. You understand? I'm keeping this massive image of myself because people are going to be speaking about it. And people are going to talk about how Danny Milivojevic is a blue check mark. You understand? He's a blue check mark. You understand? Yeah, I'm a blue check mark. You understand? Because I deserve to be. You understand? Many people don't deserve to be a blue check mark on social media. You know why? Not because of me, not because of other people, but because of themselves. They don't feel worthy of it. You understand? They don't feel like paying $25 of their own money to have a premium account. You understand? Because they don't feel invested into Instagram. They don't feel invested in what they're doing. You understand? I feel very invested in what I'm doing in life. So of course, when the stars or the celebrity or Selena Gomez or let's say Justin Bieber or any celebrities out there see my social media, they see I'm a blue check mark just like them. You understand? And they say, nah, this guy's somebody. You understand? This guy's a somebody because he pays for his Instagram. You understand? And whether you want to pay for your Instagram or not, it's better to invest into your business. Invest as much money as you can into your business. Because the only way to make money from business is to invest first into your business. So you have to sometimes invest $10,000 into your business to get $20,000 in return. You know, saying it just depends on what situation it is, how much are you willing to give of yourself. So it just depends. So you have to realize every single day life depends on you. You understand? It depends on what you want. It depends on how you think. It depends on your ideas. How much ideas are you giving in the world? Because those people who give more ideas than the rest are more successful. You understand? I'll show you something. I'm making 100,000 quotes. Do you know how much 100,000 quotes is? Broshu, it's so much that many people in this world have never made 100,000 quotes. Not one person in this world has made 100,000 quotes. And now it's true that many people have written so many quotes in books and all this kind of stuff, and they've talked in programs and all this, and it's all quotes, you understand? But the thing is that nobody's ever made 100,000 quotes in quote format, you understand? And you have to realize I'm going to be the first one to do it, you understand? And if you don't believe me, I promise you, God's going to tell you. You understand? God's going to tell you, this guy he's the first one to make 100,000 quotes on the internet. Everything. Just quote books. You understand? And you have to realize every single day I'm making as many quotes as I can, because those quotes that I make are life coaching material, but they're also something that coaches you, guides you to your best dreams. You understand? It coaches you and shows you everything you need so that you can succeed, so you can help yourself, so you can become the version of yourself that you need to be. So every single day, I'm always looking for more. I'm always helping myself to understand more, to live more, to do more, and I'll have to give more. I have to understand every single day is going to be a new day. I have to do something new every single day. I have to experience something that I've never experienced, make sure that I go the new way in life. And every single day, just talk it out with myself. You know, I have to talk as much as I can. Because when I talk as much as I can, I start planning my life. I start strategizing. I start being strategic in my life. I start being this individual that I've never been before. You know, I start speaking like I've never spoken before. I start doing something different. And what's new in my day? This new audio program is just for you, isn't it? You know, but the thing is, you have to share it around, and you have to realize also that this audio program that I just made for you is also new in my day. You know, it's something that I never spoke out before, and it's also something that I have done just now. You know, so you have to realize I'm always doing more, aren't I? Because that's what I'm doing. You know, I'm always trying to seek more, trying to live a better life, trying to actually help myself in the process of life to do something. Just to do something, to be able to be working every single day on my life, to be working on a better individual, to be able to understand that I am that better individual in my life. But the thing is, you have to realize I have to be working all the time on people. You understand? And now you have to realize something about me sending people quotes and stuff and sending them content online. You have to realize sometimes I send a quote to people just to get them to imagine something. You understand? Just to get them to picture something. And then when you send lots of ideas online, people start picturing. You understand? They start picturing. They start imagining about what you've said. And that's how you've helped the world. You understand? You help the world through imagination. And you have to realize that the more ideas you give, the more it comes back around. People start talking about you. People start, your world actually gets very large. It gets larger and larger and larger and larger because you're helping this world in some kind of way, because you're a guru, because you're doing something like a teacher and you're helping to teach people. But the thing is that they can only teach themselves. You understand? You have to realize you can only teach yourself everything. You understand? So everything in terms of ideas that I've got, yes, it's helped me, but I've taught myself those ideas. You understand? I was the one who clicked on that content and decided to read it. You understand? I helped myself. So you are only ever helping yourself in life. You understand? No matter how many ideas I give you, you understand? You chose to read it. You chose to be listening to it. You understand? You chose to go through my content. You chose to teach yourself that. I've taught myself already all this content because I'm doing it right now. I'm speaking it into the world. So I've already taught myself this content that I've spoken. But it's true creativity. You know, saying it's very creative to be able to speak words differently in terms of being able to show yourself a new direction, going places that you've never been before, living that life that you need to live. You understand? Hey, do you know how many people want to be traveling right now, but they're not traveling through words. You understand? They're not traveling through their imagination. You have to realize many people are traveling through words and imagination, but the thing is that they don't consciously decide to do that. You know, so you have to realize I choose consciously to be in my imagination, to speak words, to be in silence, to make sure every single day I do as much work as I can. That's what I consciously do in my life. And because I consciously do it, I outwork people. You understand? I do more than them. You understand? And you have to realize, I sometimes wonder, how do they deserve that, but not me? You understand? The thing is, you have to realize everyone's worked for it. You understand? You have to realize that everyone's equally successful. You understand? Everyone has equal success. You understand? So just because they have kids and I don't, you have to realize that my knowledge is my kids. I have many kids in my knowledge. You understand? The thing is that every single day, no matter what someone has achieved, I've achieved it already in my knowledge. You understand? Because I believe it. I believe that. I can see it. You understand? And now what I can see is what I give you. In terms of what I see is my imagination. And when I see my imagination, I try to speak it out into you. I try to give it to you. I try to show you the way in words that what you can do with your life is incredible. You understand? You have to understand what your imagination can do. I promise you, you have to realize you can go a new direction in it. You can do whatever you want in it. I promise you, people always have an imagination. You understand? And you have to realize everyone can do something in their imagination. And now, does everyone have the same imagination? Yes. Everyone has the same imagination. But imagination is different for everybody. You understand? Your imagination is different to mine. But we still have imagination. You understand? And we always have to understand to picture things. Picture a lot of things in your life. You understand? Because pictures are wisdom. And what wisdom is pictures. And you have to realize pictures will show you the way. You understand? You'll understand through pictures much more in life. And you have to understand that no matter what, every single day, when you start realizing things, you're just picturing things. You understand? You're just trying to picture things for yourself. And that's how you learn. You understand? We learn through pictures. And we learn through words. We learn through everything. So, no matter what it is, you have to understand every single day that the imagination will show you the way. You understand? The imagination every single day will show you the key to life. It will show you everything you need. And you got that imagination in your system. You understand? You just have to use it. You have to utilize it. You have to utilize it. You have to be able to show it. You understand? And you have to understand every single day, try to be innocent. Try to understand to be good in life. Try to actually live your life the best way you can. You understand? That's all we're trying to do. You understand? We're just trying to, every single day, live that best life that we can live. You understand? That's what it's all about. With me, that's what it's all about. I'm always trying to do more. You understand? I'm always trying to give more ideas of myself, trying to give more of myself because I understand everything I've given in my life already. I promise you, it's shown me something different. And it showed me how I can learn. It showed me what I can do as well. And I'm always practicing for it. I'm always practicing for that better life. You understand? Because I understand that whatever's happening right now is just momentary. You understand? So whatever's going to happen is coming up in my life. But the thing is, you have to realize that I'm always becoming ready for it. You understand? I'm always ready for what's to come. You understand? Because the thing is, you have to prepare for it. And the best way to prepare for it is through speaking words. You understand? Through your imagination. And you have to understand, you have to learn it. You have to learn it before it comes. You understand? You have to understand, before it comes into your life, you have to understand the knowledge about it. You understand? If you want to live more, and if you want to do more, and if you want to grow into the best age of your life, you have to understand, you have to grow your imagination. You have to grow with your imagination. You understand? Because imagination shows you everything that you need in your life right now. I can imagine that fish right now in my fish tank over there. You understand? Because my dad, he wanted to get the fish. And this fish, guess what he does? it just goes inside a little ship, okay, and it just stays there the whole time. You understand? It only comes out when it needs food. You understand? But the thing is, you have to realize this fish doesn't move around much. You understand? It moves around inside where it is, but the thing is, you have to realize that this fish just stays very still in one place of the fish tank. And it's not like the other fish. The other fish are always moving around in the fish tank, you can see them, but this fish, you can never see it unless it comes out for food. And this fish is just in its imagination. Imagine that. This fish loves life in its imagination. Because you have to realize this fish is just like staying still, and in the approach, it's not staying still, but it's in its imagination, and it's just in one spot. You understand? One spot, just like I am right now. I'm in one spot right now, but I'm in my imagination, and I'm just talking those words out, and I'm just like that fish, like in a fish tank. You understand? And the fish tank is my world. You understand? Everything's my world. And I'm trying to do more, I'm trying to grow more, and I'm trying to live my life. You understand? And that's what that fish is doing. That's what anyone's doing. It's trying to live its life. You're trying to live your life. But life is easily lived when you're doing more, when you're living more, when you're trying to consciously be more. You understand? When you're trying to give more of yourself. So every single day you have to understand that no matter what happens in your life, you have to be coaching people. You understand? You have to be coaching a lot in your life. The same way Djokovic, in terms of Novak Djokovic, hits that tennis ball over and over again. You have to understand it's about practice, isn't it? It's about practicing to become something. You understand? You have to be practicing for it. You understand? Be practicing like on a sports field, like people are playing sports. You understand? And you have to realize that kind of practice always gets you somewhere. You have to always come by friendly. You understand? You have to be friendly in life. You have to understand to do things differently and do things very different with yourself. And when you start picturing things in your life, when you start imagining, I promise you, you'll go all places that you ever want to go. Because that's where the imagination goes. You can be in Rome right now. You can be wherever you want to go in your imagination. You understand? And you can all do it in the living room. You can do it in your own room where you are. You can do it right now where you are. You understand? You just picture things. Picture a lot of things in your life. Because pictures make up experience. You understand? And you have to realize you have to create these images. You have to create everything in your life. And you have to be a creator. You understand? And those people who create more for the planet are always more successful. You understand? So the more you do for yourself and other people, the more you live life, the better you get in terms of everything you're doing. And you just have to always talk on the better side. Talk on something that's going to help your life. Talk about it. You understand? Talk about your life. Talk about your story. Talk about everything you went through. You understand? And make sure that you are listening to it. Make sure that you invest in yourself 100%. Invest in yourself first. You understand? You have to understand, before other people start investing in you, you have to have invested in yourself. So every single day, invest in who you are. You understand? Invest in yourself. Make sure every single day you're growing. You're trying to help yourself in some kind of way, living that life that you need to live, because that's the life. You understand? The life of greatness. You understand? You have to be greatness in life. And you have to understand, I'm great in my life. You understand? In my life, I'm a great. You understand? Because that's what I consider myself as. And you have to understand that no matter how much I've done, I can always do more. I can always live more. I can always help myself to give as many ideas in the planet as possible. But only my imagination can get me there. You understand? So I stick to my imagination as much as possible. I try to talk words through it. I try to imagine, get the ideas as quickly as possible, and try to give those ideas to people. Because when I give lots of ideas to people, I feel good about it. I feel excellent doing this audio program for you. And you can tell by my voice how good I feel. And you have to understand, I'm always trying to do more. And when I do more a lot in my life, when I do a lot, I feel good about it. And I also feel that I've contributed in some kind of way. You understand? Because I have to contribute somehow. I have to do something that I can do and try to give that to people. Yes, and so I found what I want to do in my life. That's life coaching, music production. It's simple. You understand? Life coaching, music production. And you have to realize I'm more things on my social media. I'm a philosopher, I'm a wisdom seeker, I'm a blogger, I'm a spiritual teacher. I am also many things. I'm an honest person. You understand? I realize, but when it all comes down to something, I'm a life coach and I'm a music producer. You understand? DJ on the side, here and there. You understand? The thing is, you have to realize no matter what happens, the worst that can happen for me is that I'm a life coach and music producer in life. That's the worst it gets for me. You understand? So every single day you have to understand, abbreviate a lot of things in your life, create it, give it as much as possible, and be free. You understand? Be very free to do your own thing. You understand? Do your own thing every single day. Make sure every single day you're always adjusting. Adjust as much as possible. You understand? Move forwards every single day. Move as much as you can. You understand? And then when you start moving with life and you're never against life, I promise you life starts working for you. You start working for yourself. You start to be your own boss. You start to be your own CEO. You understand? You start to brand yourself. You start helping yourself to do a lot of branding awareness around yourself and what you're doing. And it's a long journey, trust me, it's a long journey in life, and you have to enjoy it. You have to enjoy every second of your life. Because when you start enjoying life, what happens is you start creating a lot of things, and you start helping yourself to be magnificent. You start imagining, you start to do a lot of things in your life that you've never done before, and you start to really open up to yourself. You know, and when you open up a lot to yourself and you're speaking lots of words every single day, you're always meditating, you're making sure that you're mindful, you're reading about everything, you understand? You're trying to get as many ideas in your life as possible. You understand? And when you do that, you start feeling energetic. You start feeling much better about yourself because you're now getting ideas in your life. You're really going through life, getting so many ideas, and now you're thriving about ideas. And now you're giving those ideas to other people, you understand? And that's the process of business. You understand? Business is not just about making money. It's about helping people. You understand? And you have to realize when you can start your business today for free. You don't have to pay people $100 to get started. You can start doing what you want to do right now. You just have to find what you want to do, and then you have to help people with it. You understand? And that's that. That I promise you, the way I help people is through words and music. I create music, I create words. That's the only way I help people. You understand? And everything's that. I promise you. So I try to create a lot of images of myself as well. I try to give that, you understand, because it helps in some kind of way. Images help to showcase who you are. In a sense, so if you look at my Instagram, you understand what I mean. So every single day, understand that no matter what in your life, you always have to be contributing. Contribute as much as possible. Live the best life you can. You understand? Always be positive on the positive side and ask a lot of questions. Ask heaps of questions of your life. What do you want out of your life? How do you want to do it? How are you going to get to that step? What's the way for you? You understand? And you have to understand every single day, communication is the ultimate way to everything you ever want. You have to communicate it. You have to be able to communicate what you want, and then you'll get it. You understand? If you can communicate it, you can do it. You understand? Those people who cannot communicate are the people who don't have much in life. You understand? You have to realize you have to communicate everything these days. I have to communicate this audio program to you. You understand? You have to understand that's my job. That's what I do. I have to communicate anyway in my life. I have to make sense of something. All I do in my life is I make a lot of common sense as much as possible for my own life. You understand? And now whether you understand me or not, that's up to you. You understand? But I'm trying to give you the easiest English in life as possible. I'm trying to show you the best way. And I'm trying to showcase it the best way in my life. In a sense, so as long as I learn from it, I'm all good. But I'm trying to also teach you in terms of give you the idea, but also trying to help you to understand me. You understand? But the thing is now, that's up to you if you want to understand me or not. You understand? I'm trying to speak it in the easiest way possible. You understand? So Those people, for example, you have to realize sometimes you do an audio program, you give it to people, and they say, "Oh, we don't understand you." I'm promise you that's not your problem anymore. Yes, and the thing is that if they don't understand you and they don't want you, I promise you, if they don't want to understand you, that's not your problem. Yes, and your problem is that you have no problem. You give solutions. You keep giving, and those people who are meant to understand you will understand you. Yes, and that's the whole point of living life and being free.